Okay, can I ask you who you are?
Yeah, my name's Tim Bateson.
And Tim, can you tell us what you've been doing with open source in your school?
Sure. We started off with a content management system called .NET Nuke, which we use for hosting our intranet and intranet. And probably our most advanced project that we've moved on to is integrating Moodle with our MIS system. And I'm approximating that we're probably saving at least £30,000 a year by using open source software. But more importantly than that, I think we're adding an awful lot of value to the curriculum using open source.
Okay, can you tell us your role within the school and how you decided to choose open source?
Yeah, my role in the school is an ICT strategy manager. So I have two technicians that work for me. Previously, before joining the education sector, I worked at BT as a technical design architect, and I was getting a bit frustrated with being a very narrow technology focus, and I just fancied taking a change, coming to work in a school, and I knew there's an awful lot of open source software that could be used in schools, and we made good use of it since I've been working in a school. So I would work with Linux, Windows, PHP, C#. I can work with whatever I want within an educational context, which you couldn't do in the private sector.
Can you tell us a bit about your school? How big is it and sort of catchment area?
It's approximately 1,300 pupils. The catchment area is a challenging catchment area, but you know, it's strong belief from the SLT downwards that using IT can make a big difference to the learners in the school, so it's been given a lot of focus.
Who sort of convinced the SLT in terms of getting things moving?
When I first went to the school, my line manager was the bursar, so the bursar was a member of the SLT at our school. So once he saw the financial value of open source software, there was no problem there. And the SLT, I think the big project for them that made them open their eyes was probably Moodle. They didn't really pay that much attention to the fact that it was open source until it was Moodle, because we had the freedom to change the code within Moodle to make it do what we wanted. So that's the first project that caught their eye.
And is there a lot of movement of work between home and school?
Yeah, we use open source software to connect to school from home. We use something called SSL Explorer that gives us an encrypted VPN to terminal server, so we've got secure access to the MIS data, and we can log into Moodle using the standard username and password.
Okay, what one thing would you say to people thinking of moving into open source? What one piece of advice would you give for starting off?
That's a tricky one. I would probably say to look around, talk to other schools, come and talk to us. Use the open source school software site, which is represented here today at BET. Research really. There's no salesperson that's going to ram open source down your throat. You're going to have to go out there and look at it and evaluate whether you think it's going to fit your purpose or not. Nobody's going to chase you up to install it.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Wonderful.